Well, I better go off and haul the old crab and lobster pots. Don't look a too bad day. There's a good southwesterly breeze, but we shouldn't worry what we're doing. That won't be a problem. There's a supply ship there and a barge off into the distance. Well, I can actually see my pots out to sea at the minute, some of them. That's handy. At least they ain't gone into a ball like they did last week. That was a nightmare, but there you go. These things happen. So I'm just pumping the boat out and then get it loaded up and then we'll get on the way. Well, I've just got some bait ready. You can see that's salted herring. They do hum a bit. They've been in there a year, but they're plenty good enough for crabs and lobsters. Obviously, fresh bait is better for crabs, but that's just so much easier just to store salted herring than it is run fridges and freezers and bugger about. It's a lot of storage to basically need really. So I just salt all my herring down, as you can see. You wouldn't want to eat one, let's put it that way. Well, it's a bit lumpy, as you can see. We just tried to get the first pots, and as we were sitting in the wind, that was lumping us around. We're going broadside to it. That was quite dodgy, so we gave up on the crab pots. We're now going to go further to the southern and see if we can get our lobster pots sort of more sheltered. There's nothing worse than being broadside on when you're drifting, especially when you're pulling from one side with hydraulics. You can easily come tight and that can pull you under. So that weren't worth a risk. We're now going to haul the lobster pots and see if we can clear in them. I would have really liked to have got them crab pots out there like 11 days, but there you go, that's like, ain't worth risking your own safety to take a big old crab. Well, I'm glad I got a splash screen up. Now I can move it, plenty of water come over here. I've been drenched all over the screen, that's the one thing to say. But now I'm off the armour, so I'm a bit more sheltered. Off a bit, that was quite lumpy. As we're going broadside on, and the side of the hauler was dipping down because of the wind and swell. I thought I might put any weight on it, I have to put us over quite much, so that's not worth the risk for big old crab. So that was the end of that. But yeah, I wouldn't have one of these tactiles or these splash screens over a wet boat. Then again, I'm not gunning it, but I'm doing like 12 knots. There's a bit of a lump here and that's going along alright. If it was at the old man's Orkney 23, we'd be doing displacement speeds today. That will lump in the water, got to be slamming like hell. But tactiles doesn't slam what the old Orkneys do. There's plenty of seals along here, that's what's that. There's loads of the bloody things. Well, there's a lot of anglers on Yarmouth Beach. Every 100 yards or so there seems to be an angler. 200 yards. They must be getting plenty of hounds. But there's been the odd hound, or few hounds and the odd brooker being caught. But they do better than what I did yesterday on Scrappy Beach. That was bloody dismal. There's a lot of anglers, there's someone there. Plenty of them. Shortage. There's old Britannia Pier. You don't even get your feet wet now, you can walk around it. Still like sand built up like hell. I wasn't pumping sand along the beach here when I was a kid. Just got the fish off that pier. But you see Yarmouth, that looks a bit better from sea. You've got those amusements and bouncy castles and bits and pieces on the beach. That's great for young kids and everything. I don't think the pubs and clubs anymore. Actually a good night out in Yarmouth years ago, and now there ain't many places anymore. Most of them are closed down, but that's only because of lack of use of it. People using it, that doesn't shut down. There's the OM Park, used to be Bourbon Street. They still do a bit of live music in there and food and that sort of thing. That's a lot nicer in here than what it was outside. There's the old winter gardens, that's fallen to bits. Apparently they can spend like 10 plus odd million on it to rebuild it. It's a basically giant glass greenhouse we bought from Torquay many moons ago. And that's the end of the Wellington Pier. There isn't a lot there. All that deck's been cut away years ago. Sorry old thing, the piers. And they look like the charter boat High Fly too. Given by John Old out of Yarmouth Harbour. He's a good old skipper. They'll be catching the food fast, rugger and move hands today. He's a good skipper out of Yarmouth. Best boat around here really. You do trips out well out in another 2 weeks after the old soap. Well, we just hauled these 4 pots, not many, around the feature. And we've got 2 keeper crabs and this keeper lobster. Well, we just weighed it, measured it. That's too small, so that's going to go back. And another one was just under, so that's going to go back. There you go, a little lobster, off we plop, and we'll get them shot back away. Well, that's 7 pots I've sold. That was mixed results. There's no lobsters, but there's a few crabs in one pot and then nothing in the other, and a few more in the other one and nothing in the next one. That was very hit and miss. There's a lot of little ones that I chucked back, but there's about 20 there, I think, something like that, must be. So we'll now get these shot back again. Are we on top of it?
Yeah, we are, yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
Right. There you go, first anchor over. And go, like you say, go inside of their one. These plastic pots are a lot heavier. We've got a following sea. We've got like a 3-foot following sea behind us. Bloody horrible. That always been trying to put your stern round. Awful. Well, I'm glad that's eased off. Now we got round the corner into much swell. We had a 3-foot swell up our arse, and that was trying to push the stern of the boat round all the time. That was horrible, eh? A following sea. Pushing your boat here, there and everywhere. But luckily that's now eased off, it ain't so bad now. Don't know where that swell come from. Well, I didn't like it very much, I gotta admit. I think the old bummed him up. Well, there's the tractor when I'm going to go ashore. I'm glad of that. I hate a following sea. You're going to turn the boat around all the time and getting in the trough and that, and the job bloody horrible. Don't know where that 3-foot swell come from, but round case that isn't so bad, but off the arm that was horrendous. Well, I'm not going to go ashore then.